I'm looking at actually yams and their domestication. Generally, in West Africa, yams will be domesticated along with the wild species. So the cultivated and the wild species, they actually grow together in the forest area or even in the cultivated area. So what happens is there is a mixture between the wild as well as the cultivated ones, and there is a confusion whether this is a wild species or it's a cultivated species. So I'm going to go there and use the genome sequencing of this both cultivated as well as wild species that we have collected, and we have done sequencing on that. So we would like to understand how yam is getting domesticated in West Africa. This is the area I'm looking at, and that's why I applied for a lab in University of Minnesota who is actually working on domestication using genome sequencing data, and also other kinds of bioinformatics and that kind of expertise to unveil the domestication of potato. So I believe that potato and yam, they both are clonally propagated. So the expertise there is going to help me to understand this process of domestication in yams in West Africa. One of the challenges that we have in IITA at the moment is the lack of bioinformatics support. When we do genome sequencing is nothing. We just give the DNA, we get a sequence. It's meaningless unless we analyze the data using bioinformatics tool to find out what we want to answer to our research questions, right? Which is lacking in currently in IITA. So that expertise is going to be much more helpful to me, and I'm looking forward to the experience as well as the training that I will receive at University of Minnesota with the expert group working on domestication, having a great deal of bioinformaticians which are going to help. I'm not going to go there and do sequencing. I already have the sequences, but I'm not able to actually analyze the data using bioinformatics tool. So that is the area which I also have a weakness. So I am looking forward that when I go there, I will be interacting with them and then I will learn from them. That's one. The second is the partnership. Nowadays, when you have partnerships with advanced research institutes, you can apply for proposals. And the donors, they like multi-institutional partnership when you apply for any project proposal. So I'm looking forward not only to learn but to interact, but also build a partnership with the experts of University of Minnesota, so that we can have a continuous partnership with them and we can work together in future too. This gender issue, I think I will say that even right from my home to until now, I don't think I have faced any problem from my male counterparts. Of course, there is a competition, but there's a healthy competition. And it's also there among women and men. So I can't say that it's only with the men, that I have a competition. But you see, it also goes with how we interact. I think we all have our own niche and objectives. And if we stride hard, and who doesn't face a challenge? If you ask a man that do they face a challenge, I'm sure they do face challenges, as women also face challenges. I think women have some intrinsic challenges that is not faced by men as much, like the taking care of the family, taking care of the children. But I think I have got a very supportive family where I have got support all the time. So I never felt that men are actually stopping me from growing, either in the home or at workplace. I have always gotten support from my male colleagues, my husband, my father, my brother. So I cannot say that, I don't think I'm a good candidate as a woman for that. Of course, getting a chance as a woman to go there and have an expertise. I think when I get that, I should preach it to the other women. That's what I should practice. Instead of putting a finger on men colleagues, when I come back, that will be my duty to make sure that whatever I have learned, I now give it to both men and women. And they should take that, that forward. So that's how the change should be continuing. And men and women nowadays, I think they are growing together. As I said, women have their some intrinsic challenges that we have to work, and that's how the society has been. And I think we women are multitaskers, and we have been able to manage that. So, and in the future also we will manage. And the men understands. This short stay, actually, I never had any kind of summer training in my whole career. So this is the first time, and I really feel very privileged that I have been selected by IPBO and given the opportunity to go to a very advanced research institute like University of Minnesota, and working with all the experts, and not only the program that I have chosen, but also to interact with a broader group of expertise. I think I am privileged. And then, of course, when I get that training, 1 month stay is not a big deal for learning. I'm telling you, learning is continuous. So I will continue to learn from them and apply that for my research. For sure, I have chosen a research program that is important for what I am doing, that is understanding the genetic diversity, the domestication and evolution of yams in West Africa. So for sure, whatever I will learn there, I will apply here, but at the same time, I'll continue to keep that connection so that I can go back and forth. The world has become, a very small place with virtual, and COVID-19 has taught us that we don't have to be anywhere physically. We can do everything nowadays virtually, and I'm sure that network that will be formed, with this interaction, we can take it further. I would like to thank IPBO for starting this program. I think earlier it was award that African women's, they for agricultural research and development, they give training. But that's a 1 week training which they give on leadership and project development, etc. But not for doing research. I know that they also give, a chance to some of those mentees to go and work with the mentors, But I think being a senior scientist, I don't fall into that category. It's only for those students and something like that. But IPBO, I think they have taken it, 1 step further. And now they are giving opportunity to the scientists also to go and work with or have an experience with advanced research institutes. As I said, I never got this opportunity, so I am really looking forward to it. And I think I actually encourage the women in Africa that this is an awesome opportunity. Don't step back. You should write a research proposal and submit. You may not be selected once, but don't give up. Apply again, because they have limited seats, and they will always select the best. That doesn't mean if you don't get selected that you are not good. I'm sure you are good, but there are people, it's a competitive world. There are people who would have been a little bit higher edge than yours. So don't get discouraged. Keep applying, because this initiative that has been started by IPBO is a great opportunity for the women. I'm not saying that they cannot have the experience in Africa. They can also have that in Africa. But there is always, we do have some issues or challenges of not having the expertise, not having the equipments, not having, a lot of issues around, or resources. So it is always better to go. That also builds your CV, that you have gone to another institute, or you have been selected through a competitive process, by a expert group to go and do something and learn something with them and build a network. I think that brings up your CV quite a lot. So I think that is my advice to the women, the PhD or the PhD research scholars, the masters, everybody, all the women, that please, you have to choose your path and you have to go on that path, whatever the challenges it comes. Is, as I said, men also faces challenges. They may not say it, or people, we may not see it, because nowadays there is some kind of opportunities that are given to women, and I think we are privileged at this time and we should take advantage of that.